Hey Kendall, it's Dr. Z. I wanted to give you a little bit. I'm going to try to just do this under 5 minutes. So, just a little bit of information to kind of help you as you move forward with your draft and moving it toward a final draft. So, sorry I missed you today, but I also want you to know that as you're going through this and listening to my notes, if anytime you want to talk or chat, just send me a message and we'll find a time to get together. So please don't hesitate to reach out and do that, okay? So I made some notes here. What I'll do is send you these notes along with the screencast. So you'll have two things that you can look at. And I'm going to save those right now just so I don't forget. I think you have a really good thesis. It's right here. I knew what you were gonna be focusing on, so thank you for that. One of the things that I think you might want to work on, again, optional, but I think it might help, is to do just a brief paragraph on just the background of what's happening with COVID-19. So, what's been happening over the past 4 to 5 weeks here in the US, especially in regard to misinformation. I'm going to open my door just a minute. Okay, sorry, I have pets coming in and out. So, in regard to misinformation or information that's out there and how information changes all the time. So again, just a brief background paragraph, even though we all know what's going on, we're living through it. I think it's good to have it there. So I just gave you some information here, maybe as to what to look for there. I think if you do that, that's going to help you with your thesis statement here. And really, you don't need to elaborate. All you need to do is start with understanding the reason behind can help you get a better grip on what is real and what is not. Okay? So I think that that's something that you can put here. You have a source from Healy. I think you probably need, not probably, but you do need at least one more source. And sometimes the way I look at paragraphs, it's nice to have 1 to 2 quotes from a source and then to have 1 to 2 quotes from another source. And then you want to mesh those together in a paragraph that corroborates the point that you're trying to make. So that's where you're starting to shift into synthesis of information. So you want to do that there. You also want to do that here on this paragraph. I know your last paragraph talks about misinformation and people are unable to make uneducated decisions. So I think that's a really good point that you're making. I kind of said here, I feel like misinformation is growing rapidly disguised as truth. Might there be a reason for that? Are there effects? Is it hard to spot? Why? Why are people doing this? I don't know. I feel like there needs to be something a little bit more in that. Your example here is about ibuprofen. And so it talks about kind of the effects of that misinformation. I don't know if you saw that thing about a Tucson couple that took the chloroquine. It was like a synthetic, or I forget what it was. It was it was a form of chloroquine, which supposedly if people take that can help prevent COVID-19. But the form that they had in their house was actually to clean fish tanks, and they took it anyway. And one died and one's in intensive care. So again, that misinformation or not understanding the information fully. So that is another piece of information you could try to find. But also too, think about when things are disguised as truth, how that can affect more globally. For example, China disguising their numbers in a way that was misleading. And how did that maybe have effects on how other people or other governments chose to react to the virus? So that's some information that you might want to look for. And then finally here, this is a really good paragraph. Again, you want another source besides Herrera here. And then finally, in looking at your conclusion, think about this too on a personal level. We're living through this right now. So in writing a paper about this, what have you learned, and what has this, how has this information helped shape the way you approach what you find online? You know, and also too, what are you asking people to do as a result of this information that you've learned about? What's that kind of that action that you want people to do? So think about your conclusion in that way. Okay. I hope that helps you out, at least just a little bit. Take care. And again, let me know if you have any questions and you want to talk further. I'll talk to you later. Bye.